Assalamualaikum to Dr. Sharul. We are from Group 2 Class B. Would like to present about the chosen case study, which is ESP Audit Committee Charter. First question is, what are the issues that arise in this audit charter? Issues that arise in this audit charter is small committee size. The charter specifies a committee size of 3 to 5 members with a quorum of 3. While this meets minimum governance standards, such a small size may limit diversity in perspective, expertise, and backgrounds, which are critical for effective decision making. For the second one is increase the workload on individual members, particularly during complex audits or crises. For the second issue is unclear staggered terms. Members are appointed for 3-year staggered terms, but there is no mention of a detailed succession plan or knowledge transfer process to ensure continuity. This can lead to knowledge gaps when experienced members rotate out and new members come in, particularly during critical periods. Potential disruptions in this community's operation and decision-making consistency if transitions are not well managed. For the third one is financial literacy requirements. While the charter requires a majority of members to be financially literate and designates one member as a financial expert, it does not define clear criteria or benchmark to assess financial literacy. Second, mention any process for periodic reassessment of members' financial expertise or understanding of involving financial and regulatory requirements, and also provide for continuous training or development to keep members updated on emerging trends, new standards, or changing in the business environment. Next is limited safeguards for investigative authority. The issue is the audit committee is empowered to investigate any activity within the organization with all employees directed to cooperate. While broad authority is necessary, there is no explicit mention of safeguards to prevent potential misuse of this authority, such as overstepping boundaries or engaging in investigation that may fall outside the committee's remit. Additionally, the lack of specific protocols for handling sensitive information during investigation increase the risk of breaches in confidentiality or unintentional disclosure. Is board approval for external resources. The issue is, while the audit committee has the authority to retain external experts, such as legal counsel, auditors, or other specialists, it requires prior approval from the board of directors. This additional layer of approval may cause delays in obtaining critical assistance, especially during time-sensitive or high-stakes situations like fraud investigation or major compliance. Next is responsibilities. The first issue is overlapping roles. The Charter outlines responsibility involving internal audit, external audit, and risk management oversight, but does not clearly delineate their respective roles and boundaries. For example, internal audit is tasked with providing assurance on risk management and internal controls, but there's no explicit coordination framework with the risk management function. Next is inadequate focus on fraud risk. The issue is the Charter mentioned that audit committees' role in reviewing risk management and compliance processes but lacks specific provision for fraud detection and prevention. For instance, there's no mention of evaluating the organization fraud risk assessment process or ensuring that anti-fraud controls are in place. Oversight of the company's fraud reporting mechanism, such as whistleblower hotlines, is.
Next, the fourth issue is meeting frequency and attendance. The Charter requires at least 4 meetings annually, which may be suitable for some organisations. However, in high-risk or fast-paced environments, this might not be sufficient to address emerging issues effectively. Additionally, while the participation of the Chief Audit Executive is mentioned, there is no clear guidance on their specific contributions or responsibilities in these meetings, which could lead to a lack of direction or accountability. Another issue is documentation and reporting. The Charter does not clearly outline how recommendations from the committee are communicated to the board or acted upon by management. This lack of clarity creates ambiguity and could hinder timely decision-making or the implementation of critical recommendations. Clear reporting lines and processes are essential to ensure accountability and transparency. Finally, there are challenges in ethics and compliance oversight. The Charter highlights the importance of compliance with law like the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, showing a commitment to maintaining ethical standards. However, it falls short of detailing how monitoring and enforcement will be carried out. Without clear mechanism in place, ensuring proper compliance could become challenging, especially in complex or high-stakes environments.
Thank you to the previous presenters. So now I'm going to talk about the evidence and justification. For the first issue, composition concern, the charter specifies that the audit committee should have 3 to 5 members who are independent of management and operating executives. Financial literacy is only required for the majority of members, not all. So the justification is independence prevents bias and aligns with IIA Standard 1100. Financial literacy across all members is crucial for understanding audits and ensuring effective oversights. Governance frameworks like COSO and IPPF recommend having clear criteria for independence and financial literacy. The second issue is authority limitations. The charter states that the audit committee is granted the authority to investigate any activity of ESP, but this authority is limited by requiring board approval for retaining external advisors. It does not explicitly allow the committee to act autonomously in high-risk or time-sensitive situations. So the justification is authority to act independently ensures timely and decisive actions. Delay in obtaining approval could undermine the committee's effectiveness in addressing critical risks. The IIA standards emphasize that audit committees must be empowered to act independently to safeguard the organization's integrity. The third issue is responsibilities. The Charter outlines responsibilities related to financial reporting, risk management, and internal controls, but lacks a detailed follow-up mechanism to track the implementation of audit recommendation. It does not provide a clear framework for how the committee should evaluate the effectiveness of its oversight issue. The justification is follow-ups ensure identified issues are resolved and don't recur. Evaluating performance promotes continuous improvement and alignment with governance goals. The IPPF emphasizes continuous evaluation and improvement as a part of internal audit responsibilities.
Alright, next is meeting frequency and attendance. That is evident. Audit committee meet at least 4 times annually. Additional meetings are held as necessary and no specific mechanism to monitor or enforce attendance consistency. For justification, regular attendance is crucial for effective decision making. Lack of enforcement may compromise participation and hinder the committee's functionality. Number 5 is documentation and reporting. Meeting minutes are prepared, disputed and approved in subsequent meetings. Audit committee reports activity and recommendation to the board of directors. For justification, no detailed protocol for ensuring accuracy or completeness of records. Weak documentation practice could lead to miscommunication and lack of transparency. Alright, last, ethic and compliance oversight. For evidence, review comply with policy, risk of fraudulent reporting, and conflict of interest statement. Monitor corporate conduct and ethical standard. For justification, oversight mechanisms are not clearly detailed. Ambiguity could lead to ethical lapse and reduce accountability.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Luqman Al-Hakim bin Shamsul Najib. So today I will presenting you the recommendation from the issue arise. So first, composition concern on how to mitigate this risk by strengthening the composition requirement. So by this, ensure at least one member has the accounting or auditing background. This is due to their expertise in financial analysis, compliance and risk identification. Their technical understanding ensure that the organization is financial statement are accurate, transparent and comply with the regulatory standards. And also next, diversify with members that has good background in legal field. Okay, so this why this is essential is due to they can provide valuable insight into regulatory compliance, corporate governance and risk management. They can anticipate the and mitigate legal risk, ensuring the organization adhere to law and standards. Okay, so for second issue arise from this case study is the authority limitation. So how to mitigate this problem is by expand authority and independence. by this, how we going to solve this? By grant authorities on the internet information without management intervention. So by that, the committee has the right to initiate investigation into potential misconduct, fraud or compliance issue without requiring the management consent. Okay, so provide access to necessary resources, including legal advisors or forensic expert to carry out this investigation effectively, so that you can improve the risk mitigation during the audit procedure. So why? Direct access to external auditors and the ability to initiate independent investigations reduce the chances of management interference, ensuring unbiased oversight, so that you can produce a good quality audit report. So I will pass to the next presenter, which is Mr. Anik. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Anik Akmal bin Zaidi. So for the next recommendation is to refine responsibility. Firstly, in terms of risk oversight, the audit committee needs a formalized role in enterprise risk management (ARM). This means actively participating in identifying, assessing, and mitigating key risks such as operational, financial, compliance, and especially emerging cyber risks. By doing it, the committee ensures the organization is resilient and well prepared for uncertainty. Next is to introduce explicit fraud risk oversight, including whistleblower policies and ethic program review. It is critical to explicitly incorporate oversight of fraud risk into the committee responsibilities. This include evaluating the organization with whistleblower mechanism and ethic program. Regular updates on report, incident, and corrective action will reinforce a strong ethical culture. By refining this responsibility, the audit committee can serve as a stronger pillar of governance. This enhancement ensures the organization is well equipped to navigate risk, maintain compliance, and uphold stakeholder trust. Okay, last but not least is to standardize reporting of audit findings. The audit committee should ensure timely and standardized reporting of all audit findings. This includes documenting key issues identified during audits, recommendation for improvement, and follow-up action taken by management. Standardizing this report ensures consistency and clarity, making it easier for the committee to track progress and address recurring problems. Second is transparency through record of meetings. Maintain detailed records of all committee meetings is essential. This include documenting decision made and discussion held and recommendation provided. Such record act as a transparent account of the committee activities, ensuring that stakeholders, including the board of directors, have a clear understanding of the committee oversight efforts.
For the conclusion, the proposed recommendation aim to strengthen the audit committee effectiveness, ensuring more robust organizational oversight, improve risk management, and enhance transparency in ESP governance framework. In the long-term goal, create a more resilient, accountable, and proactive internal audit function that align with international best practice and governance standard. That's all from our group. Thank you.